Hi, this is Deborah. I just took this test online. It's about 6 psychological habits that could make you a loser, and I will send you the link for it. One of the things is not saying no, that you're always at everyone's mercy. You don't owe anything to anybody. And when you can't say no to people, you take away from your own goals and your priority. Now, I have always had difficulty with this one because I was raised in a Christian home, and the church, they never taught us about self-love. That is the problem in some churches. You have to love yourself in order to give any part of you to anyone. And I've always had a very difficult time saying no to people. And if those people would not do the same for you, then why should you do something for them? And I know that goes against Christian attitudes or whatever, but it comes a point where you are walked over. People lately have been walking all over me, and I've allowed them to. So, also, something I'm guilty of, I'm having my morning coffee, is always trying to get approval from everyone. I had a bad habit of calling everybody and say, should I do this? Or what do you feel about that? Or I'm always trying to get approval from my employer, from relatives, friends. And I realize that in itself is exhausting. That takes away valuable energy because you're only given a finite energy level a day. And when you're disabled, that can be exhausting in itself, always trying to get approval from somebody else. And when you stop doing that, your confidence level goes way up. Another thing is confrontation. I have avoided this, avoided confrontation with people because I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. I was run over by a car in Florida, and I relived that accident scene over and over and over again. And I think people who've been in abusive relationships or who have been with people who are narcissistic, they avoid confrontation. And it is a horrible thing because when you avoid confrontation, people abuse you even more because you have to set boundaries. So I recently started setting boundaries with people. And as soon as I did that, I felt better. Yeah, because when you've always walked around eggshells with someone in your family or in your inner circle, you avoid arguments, you avoid that stress. You know, you can get heart palpitations, you can go into a panic attack, and you shouldn't have to live like that. So it is something that I have to work on. And I think fear plays a big part into that. Another one lately that I have realized is holding yourself accountable for other people's feelings. When someone's upset about whatever, don't take it upon yourself. Look at that lipstick right there. Look at that. Don't take it upon yourself. You're not responsible for other people's feelings. If they want to be upset, you know, let them feel that, but you don't have to take it on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them will project guilt on you. And this can keep you up at night. If someone is upset for whatever reason, don't take it. Don't let it bother your mojo or karma. That's what I talk about. I always tell people, don't let anybody else steal your joy. That's joy de vivre. And a lot of people love to project how they're feeling on you. Shake it off. You can call it the what, WTF, you know, just let it roll off of you. And another one that I failed is, when you're saying no to people, you don't have to give them an explanation. And this is so hard. If you start setting boundaries in your life, for instance, I woke up this morning and I go, I'm not going to answer the phone. I'm not going to say yes to anybody. I have got to stay focused on my goals. And you can do the 5-second rule on this too. What that means is you don't let your brain talk you out of things that you know you need to do. So if you count backwards from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it. Just do it, you know. Because you can sit in that bed and you can say, well, no, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll put it off. But if you just do this rule, it tricks your brain into not allowing your fears and other things to, because you can talk yourself out of anything, you know. So, as I said, you don't need to give explanations. Like if you're setting boundaries with your adult children or your husband, just set them. Now, this is a trick. You have to make them responsible for the consequences if they break those boundaries. You know, people can break boundaries all day, but if you don't give them the consequences, oh, this is what you're going to do, and you have to stick to it, and that is very hard to do as well. And the last thing is that I failed is, like when you're on vacation with somebody and you want to just be nice, doing something you don't like, that makes you miserable and everybody else around you, because then you're going to get whiners. Like when I was dating my husband, he wanted to go fishing every weekend, and I never said no to him, and I hated every minute of it. I wish I had been assertive enough to say, no, let's go to the movies, or let's do something else. But I am such a bad people pleaser that it has affected my whole life. So don't do anything you don't want to do, because life is too short. I never thought I would be at the age I am. And I set the precedent when I was dating him back in the early 70s, where he always got what he wanted because I never asserted myself. I remember driving in his car as a passenger and thinking, boy, this could cause a problem in our future, because we did get married. Because it seems like he always got what he wanted because I was not assertive enough. So I'm going to link the video that I saw about this so that you can see if you are guilty of these habits. Bye.